Introducing the next level of 7th Seal codes. And welcome back. I've got a very exciting video for you here today as we are releasing new content, new discoveries that were found in Mexico by our mining partners and associates. This is going to blow your mind, confirming everything that we have come to believe in all the content around everything we talk about, everything I've presented, and the community at large, whether it be the Earth Alliance Secret Space Program, Ancient Aliens, all of it is found in these upcoming slides. And there we have it. I don't think there's any controversy around what we're looking at here. Big eyes, suggestive of extraterrestrial origin, but there's more. Let's take a closer look at this winged being and what they are holding. This certainly brings to mind Sumerian deities. However, take a look at that mask. We're going to see things that are definitely technologically suggestive of advanced technologies, as well as the pyramid on the neck of the being on the left as a amulet. There are literally hundreds of tablets that depict a story of a culture that is surrounded in symbolism of interaction with non-worldly technology and beings. Each of these tablets have writing on each. That's top, bottom, and all four corners and sides, revealing a never-before-seen language, with additional artistic displays of a half-human reality. Some of our teammates and myself will be cataloging these characters and seeing if we can figure out this language for a glimpse into this reality from 9000 BC. Now let's take a deeper look at what has been discovered and what it reveals about the world then. Lo and behold, who do we see? Mayan-looking characters, an Egyptian character, and a little E.T. There also begins to emerge a very peculiar depiction of beings coming out of some kind of technology ball. And an Ankh, a little different than the normal Egyptian Ankh with the spiral arms, and depicted on it a being that resembles Set. It is truly amazing to see these two civilizations blended together, and yet there's so many more Egyptian signs. Take a look here. We have the headdress with the snake. We have something that could be a crystal skull, and the holding on a platter, which is the same kind of positioning as you see in many Egyptian wall carvings. And here we also see the Ankh, but the arm is unfurled and throwing up a ball or a cell of life or a depiction of a planet, maybe, given everything else we're going to see next. And furthermore, a glyph that I have determined to represent the Stargate and the alignments that correlates to the Silver Gate and the Golden Gate. And a arrowhead pointing the way, which has been highlighted in all my material as symbolic of showing the path to ascension, which is reinforced in a variety of ways here, as we shall see. All right, going deeper, what evidence do we have of ancient technology? These tablets are pretty detailed. Let's see how descriptive they are. And by the way, if you're wondering, 2 universities have done research on these, and their dating is pretty close, within 1,000 years. But just because this stuff may have been dated to them didn't mean that this culture and everything pertaining to it had not been going on for some time. It's also very telling to see the gestures of holding something up to the sky, which is a very strong resemblance to many Egyptian depictions. It is extremely exciting and intriguing to see such imagery. In many cases, familiar things. Pyramids, eyes, third eyes, spaceships. And the closer we examine all of this, the more a profound story emerges. If you know my work, you've seen how all these light codes, clocks and calendars, and numerology, sacred geometry converge in a master system. I was very happy to see that there was further evidence within these relics pertaining to a higher divine intelligence. I was astonished to see what looks like a clock with a second hand, minute hand, and hour hand overlaying a calendar with very specific characters in the 4 directions, like the 4 fixed signs. And the deeper I looked while studying, the more I found. That highlights the Golden Gate and Silver Gate. As you can see underneath this dial, symbols that represent the horizon and the sun grooved out in the symbol that looks like the Egyptian horizon symbol. This is almost startling. Look what we have here. Indications of not only spaceships, but space travel, the whoosh of the tube, perhaps, of the Stargate, the wormhole, as well as a demarcation on the time dial, only one, resembling a pointer, seen there as a descending triangle. Just really profound, especially as we continue to look at the story that's depicted. Looks like there's an asteroid hitting Earth. Looks like a being coming through a portal there on the left, a gate. Looks like a gate symbol in the center, perhaps representing the technology. And on the right, a being inside of a device or a portal traveling with another little, looks like perhaps a test tube baby on the left. This plate has another plate that sits on top of it, which is really fascinating because there's many plates that interlock with other tablets. And here's a little slideshow on how these bits fit together. And even more astonishing, take a closer look at these images. Hybrids, mixing of races. Closer inspection here reveals multiple types of races. Hybrids, reptilians, winged beings, ETs with super elongated heads, and again, beings ejecting or projecting out of devices. Here's something else that's very interesting. If you look at what appears to be our sarcophagus, at the bottom right of it, there are 3 superimposed pyramids which resemble the size and alignment of the Great Pyramids. Clear depiction of super advanced technology. And on the bottom left, a closer look reveals healing. Maybe the Aztecs saw some of this and thought extracting a heart was the thing to do. Here we see a winged being standing on top of the half face, which I believe is the symbol of the technology, and markings that look very technological, gears or mechanics, with the chevron triangles again. And these plates are super compelling. One appears to be metal or an alloy, and in the center of it, a Stargate. The wing being to the left has a bubble of some sort coming out of his mouth. I have interpreted or translated this to be a breath of life. I believe these beings have the ability to create life forms. The tablet below, we have Saturn with a ring around it. Clearly they wouldn't know that if they couldn't travel to it. And to the left, the half face coming out of, attached to technology looking gadgets, with the being projecting from it with a symbol that kind of represents whoosh, water flow, whoosh, energy whoosh. More imagery that could represent a mothership above with other daughter ships coming out. Below, it looks like this being is blowing life into another being. And to the right, a hybrid with a child that has a mask on. Are these children traveling somewhere as well? And finally, more amazing imagery representing travel, perhaps even out-of-the-body experiences. The image in the bottom left corner, I believe, is a symbol of the clock and calendar alignment, with the angle that much of my work has been about, pointing to the Golden Gate with the arrow. The next image to the right, if you look closely, the globe in the being's hands, which has what appears to be geography demarcations, lines that represent continents, with the being coming out of this globe. The tablet on the right has a circle of beings coming out of devices. And a closer look at this image has what appears to be a representation of a multidimensional being, with beings coming out of globes and then other beings coming out of globes in a procession, which perhaps could represent that this has been done from planet to planet. Seeding, perhaps. All right, thanks for tuning in. It's very exciting stuff. I will release more as we learn more. Keep an eye out for other videos. Subscribe to my channel. Click the bell so you're noticed when I release my new stuff. Also, check out the new 7th Seal Activate store at Etsy. And if you haven't checked out the 7th Seal Activator, you really should, especially if you're having any difficulty feeling energy. Working with the 7th Seal definitely opens up your ability to feel, as well as link you to higher aspects of yourself. Many blessings, and until next time.